afternoon. Coach Beth coming at you with some senior fit. It's a little chilly today. I'll probably shed this after we get warmed up. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I do need to... Oops. I need to make sure my AirPods are so we'll start. Alrighty, thanks so much for joining me today. Let's make sure I got a good shot there. You can't see me. Perfect. Okay. So most of you may have an armless chair. I've got my armless stool here behind me. And I like to turn the corner to face front. So rather than a square face here, I just rotate it a little quarter turn so that I can sit on the corner and straddle that corner. Frees up the legs a little bit to be able to move a little bit better, allows the hips to move a bit better. And so by sitting on that step stool, I can step my feet out nice and wide. If you're on a chair or a stool, it doesn't matter. I just want you to be able to feel your sits bones anchored onto that chair. My feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. My shoulders I always set my feet out wider than my shoulders are wide. And I guess I need to figure out how to measure my shoulders because that's wider, but that's fine. We're gonna stick with it. We're gonna press the hands into the thighs and take a few deep breaths. Taking a deep breath in, let the back ribs, the side ribs over here, just expand. And naturally exhale, feel the ribs soften down and in, like they're funneling downwards towards your waist. Let's try that a few more times. Big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale. You may feel your shoulders rise a little bit when you breathe in. That's okay, but I'd like to take some of that upward, that vertical breath and eliminate it and move more into a lateral breath where the ribs expand down low in the rib cage. And the more I can work to get those bottommost ribs expanded, the more oxygen exchange or better oxygen and air exchange I'll get because I'm reaching deep down into the lungs. Taking a really full breath, really filling the whole lung up, and then one more time, deep breath in. And exhale out through pursed lips. There we go. With the head and neck, I'm just going to let the arms and shoulders hang easily on my body. I'm stacking my posture as if I'm sitting up against a wall. Okay, I don't want to slouch or round. I want to lift the ribs up off the hips and stack the shoulders over both. We're going to turn the head to the right to begin. Keep the shoulders right where they are and rotate over to the left. I'm going to move really slowly so that I can watch that horizon the whole way. So just rotating, keeping the shoulders stable and only rotating the head as far as the neck allows. Once it gets tight, I'm stopping. When I turn to the right, I don't want the right side of my neck to get tight, right? It's going to shorten, but when I stretch, I'm feeling more the left side. And then let's go over to the other side of the neck. Taking a deep breath. One more time each way, moving slowly so you don't get dizzy. And that you can fit a nice breath in per side. And facing forward. Good. Let's just try a few head nods. And when I nod the head, it's not so much pulling the chin down to the chest as it is lifting the back of the head up. So you see that bun on my head? I'm trying to reach it up to the sky. And then look straight ahead. Let's do about 4 more of those. Straight ahead. 3. Good. So glad you're joining me today. Way to go, tuning in, either live at 3 o'clock or at another time of day. I'm really glad you could make it. All right, we're gonna cross that right knee over the left and just start some nice easy circles through the ankle, about 6 each way. Let's be deliberate and keep a pace going so we don't get too comfortable here. And let's go the other way for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Let's hold that thigh underneath with the hands. Keeping those arms bent so it tells me that your biceps are working, they are on. Rather than allowing the spine to round forward and support the leg, I want to sit up tall. And I'm going to point and extend the ankle. Point and flex. Point and flex. 3, 2, and 1. Good. I'm going to put that down. You're going to cross your left knee over your right. I need to let the dog out. Sorry. Start those 6 circles with your ankle. Each direction. 6 circles. And go the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Uncross. Support that thigh with your hands, with your biceps. Sitting up tall, sorry about being gone for a minute. And you're going to point and flex the ankle. Here we go. Point and flex. Straight line. Draw a line with those toes. Up and down. Point and flex. 3 and 2 and 1. Feet side by side. Let's do a little bit of accordion with our feet. So heel, toe, straddled knees. Toes and knees pointing out in the same direction. Let's go toe, and heel, side by side. Okay? Watch your feet for the first few and make sure you've got that accuracy. There. And then toe. Notice when you turn the toes in, the knees knock together. When you turn them out, there we are. See that? And I didn't quite make it. Heel, toe, reverse. In and heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe and heel, toe, heel and toe, heel, toe and heel. Good. 2 more times. This is really nice mobility for the hips. So you can let go of them a little bit as you turn those knees in. Good. Getting a little wiry here with the legs. That feels good. No tension whatsoever around the hips. We're going to take it out, heel, toe, and then just a little bit farther. And then we're going to do a little bit of spine rotation through mid-back, upper mid-back. So first I want you to hinge forward. Support your body weight with your arms. Nice strong arms here. We're going to drop the right shoulder down the midline as you look to the left wall. Oh, mercy, back to center and go the other way. Twist. Back to center and then sit back up nice and strong. Let's go down again. Hinge. Now this time look to the right. Drop the left shoulder down the midline to the center and switch. Right shoulder down the midline to the middle and sit up tall. Good. We'll do that very same stretch one more time each way. First turn to the left. Ooh, I can even feel that reaching down into my low back. Dropping the shoulder down, back to center, sit up tall one more time. I'm going to look to the right first, dropping the left shoulder. Use your arms and your legs as leverage. Use them to help support the spine. Back to the middle and sit up nice and tall. Good. We're going to open and close the hands here about 20 times. So just work with me here at open, close. I want you to accent the opening of the hands, stretching the fingers, reach them wide, open and breathe. 11, more, 10, 9, 8, keep going. We were doing 20 total. Here's 6, 4, 5, 4, 3, I can count, 2, and 1. Right on. Shake those hands out, down low. Let's go up. Only take those arms up as high as it's comfortable without arching the back, without leaning or slouching. Just keep the posture where it is, nice and strong, upright, like you're wearing a corset and you can't bend. Nice and strong, right there. Up and down, down, down. One more time. And down. There we go. All right. Now with the fingers, we're going to reach for the center of the palm. First with the thumb, then index, middle, ring, pinky. Come back on the pinky. Okay, we're just going to go up and down the scale here. Go to the thumb again, and index, middle, ring, pinky. And again, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, thumb. Good, we have 4 more rounds up and down the scale. Woo, I'm feeling that. Again, accent opening the hand in between each tap, in between each reach. It's gonna really make it fatiguing. Warming up the wrists and fingers and arms. I think this is set 2. We have 1 more after this one. Pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. 1 more set, stay with it. Getting nice and toasty here. Little finger, little again, ring, middle, reach, 1 more. Yeah, shake it out a little bit. Nice. Lace those fingers out in front of you and draw the arms forward. Keep the shoulder blades on the back, right in their neutral position. We are going to slide them forward and back. So, keeping the spine the same, reach the arms forward, slide it back. I better look at these comments. Reaching forward. We got Rose and Trish and Peggy. Oh, I'm so glad you're with me. Thanks for joining me. All right, I'm starting to warm up. Those fingers are still laced out in front of you. And when we do that gesture, looks like this from the side. Shoulder blades reaching forward. And then as you slide them back, it's as though they're just coming together across your back. And when you reach the arms forward, they're separating. Sliding back, forward. Sliding back, forward. You can see the shoulder blades move around on my back. 1 more. And then let the arms swing here. Be careful that you don't hit anything. But as you swing, just give me a little bounce to the knees. Down, down, up, chain. Good. As I swing the arms, I'm thinking about not only swinging the arm forward, but pushing the elbows back, come back, come back, come back. Feels good in the shoulders. 8 and 7 and 6. 5, good. 4, I guess I was feeling kind of aqua green today. 2 and 1. Very nice. Let's reach the arms back behind us. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Got another comment. I want to see who else is watching with us. Hi, Molly. Thanks for joining. Hi, Pamela. Yay! We got a good crowd today. Good day to be inside working together. Lacing those fingers together. Okay, once you do that, be real easy for me to lift and push the rib cage forward. See what that does to my back? Not as natural. So I'm going to bring the rib cage back down, right over the pelvis. Then lace the hands together and just slide those shoulders down the back. Now you're going to feel that, ooh, right up there. Across the shoulders, across the ridge line of your shoulders. Take a few deep breaths. Pulling those hands down behind the body. And then relax that. Good. Roll those shoulders around a few times, just some big circles. And we're going to turn to face your chair. All right, so I'm going to turn my chair here so that I can hit that straight edge. Go ahead and face your chair. All right, what we're going to do is bring the hands down and either wrap the fingers down around the sides of the chair or come up to your fist. Either way, I want my wrist to be long and strong. Now, when you hinged forward and you got a lot of tension on the backs of your legs and it felt so tight that you had to do this and keep your tail tucked and your spine rounded, instead, I want you to bend the knees and then bring that spine back out into a flat position. There we go. We've already found some shoulder blade awareness. Here's where it counts. Slide your shoulders down your back, keep them there. Not forced or jammed, but just there. All right, we're going to stretch the hamstrings now. You're going to extend the knees and bend and extend and bend. I'm going to stay really flat and open under my feet. I don't want my toes to get all curled up. I do want to lift those abdominals up and in as I work, as though we're pulling them away from the floor or pulling them up away from the inside of our shirt. Keep those heels anchored. And my elbows are softened so that I know I'm not locking. It also keeps those shoulder blades in a pretty normal place, stable place. 2 more, bend, extend, bend, and extend. Good, let's bend the knees. If you feel like your arms and wrists are getting tired, you're probably putting too much weight on them, but let's go ahead and stand up. Keep the spine straight and tall. Pull the hips in underneath you, and there we are. Stack straight up and down. Really nice job. Okay, trying to get that mat. It's not bunching up. Okay, I'm turning the corner towards you again so that I can face it there. We're going to work on some air squats. Air squats means no extra resistance except for the body weight. My heels are back in line with that single leg of the chair. And we're just going to start by keeping the hands on the hips and just pushing the hips back, bending the knees. That's it. And stand back up. Not going to go very far here. Let me show you from this side. Hips are going back, knees are bending. Stand back up. What is a priority is keeping that chest proud and my eyes out on the horizon, maybe a little bit above the horizon, so that I'm sure that I'm not rounding my spine or slouching it. Really push your hips back behind you. And up. Push them back over your chair as though you're going to sit. It should be right behind you. Your target is in reach. You could move those hands out in front like I just did for a little counterbalance. There's no tension though in my shoulders or arms at this point. 2 more. 1 more. When you stand up here, squeeze the bum, but don't lock the knees. Okay? Keep that tension there for 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Soft shoulders, soft chest, and relax. Okay, while you get a drink of water, let me talk about the weight implements that I have excuse me, brought along with me. I guess I need a drink of water too. So I have these kettlebells here at home. I'll be honest, it is the only weight, free weight I have at home because I am not one for working out at home, even though here we are, right? But you can use cans of food, anything that weighs a little something to give you a little bit of reference, okay, against gravity. So that's all we're adding is gravity. It should be something that you can hold on to safely. And just small, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, maybe 5 if you've been working out. All right, but if you're rebuilding, if you're joining me after a little while and you're rebuilding, now's not the time to really go for it. Now's the time to do less than you think you can, all right, so that you can build and that you're not paying for it tomorrow or a few days later. So we're just going to do a little suitcase lift. So you're just going to pull those elbows back behind you and lower down. You can certainly do this standing. I prefer to stand when I work out, so I'm just going to pick up the suitcases and lower down. I hope for your health and the folks that you care for that you're not traveling with a suitcase in the next few weeks, right? I keep hearing these news reports of, Thanksgiving is going to have to change. And I think it just is, and I'm committed to it. My son is in school in Utah, and he's going to stay there. He's going to stay there for Thanksgiving, but he is going to come home for Christmas. And so I'm trying to come up with creative ways to have him home safely. But I'm not going to travel to see my mother or my siblings. I'm just going to stay here. My son and I will hang out. Maybe we'll do a virtual Thanksgiving dinner. That might be fun. 2 more suitcase carries and 1 more. Doesn't hurt to pull out your suitcase though and lift it a few times, does it? That actually makes a really good resistance tool. Not a bad idea. Okay, so now with our weights, we're going to add the suitcase carry onto the squat. We've done both now. And let's just start with the squat and see how it feels with the load, okay? Just keeping those arms down long by your sides. You're lined up in front of your chair and you set the hips back about while you bend the knees. Just let the arms hang heavy with gravity. No need to lift the arms up here. We're keeping the chest proud, we're pressing the hips back and standing up. Now I'm going all the way down to my chair. That's optional, you don't have to do that. Also notice that the knees are not knocking together in the middle, but in fact I'm pressing them out a little bit as I squat. I'm going to use more glute by doing that. And that, my friends, is a good idea. More glute for everyone. 3. When you stand, squeeze the glutes. There they are. There you are, using them again. Press the knees apart. 2. And 1 more. You're doing great. And 1. Awesome job. Okay, let's put those weights down on the floor carefully. Right about there. I need to move that mat out of the way just a little bit. Let's have a seat again. We're going to do a little push and pull with the arms. One arm is going to provide resistance while the other one provides pressure. Okay, so this is really, the idea is to target your obliques, target around the waist into the core and abs. Now when I say core, I mean right below the navel but above the pubic bone. There's this band of muscle right across here. You can engage it more by breathing strongly. You can engage it by pulling the abs back. When I say lift the abs up and in, that's what I'm talking about, that low, deep, light layer of abdominal muscle. So one hand against the other, palms here. Make sure your hands are about a foot away from your chest. Let's go ahead and push with the right, resist with the left. Push with the left, resist with the right. And then we're just going to go back and forth. Just past that midline right there and go the other way. So, where do I want to feel the tension? In my toes? No. In my eyebrows? No. I'm feeling that tension in the fronts of the shoulders, a little bit of the biceps and the chest, right here, the pecs. Exhale. And then the obliques are also firing here to keep me upright, but also to allow me to move side to side. Spinal rotators are helping with that. I want to make the tension that I feel in my upper body balanced. So don't overdo one muscle group. Use a combination. 20% here in the biceps, 20% in the pecs, 20% anterior deltoid, and then maybe 10% around your waist, abs and core. Okay, but some sort of distribution like that, where everything is working in concert and working together all the time. And if we do enough of these, you'll start to fatigue And fatigue is different than failure. I want you to go until you're tired or maybe a little bit shaky, but not to a point where your form is breaking down, like your posture is slouching or you're starting to see stars. Okay, that would be bad. Shake the arms out. All right, from here, right arm goes high, left arm goes low. We've done this. We did this Tuesday. The idea is to open up across the whole chest, fronts of the shoulders, but also to energize and strengthen our mid-back. Okay, so as we stretch those arms up, pull them back just a little bit and bring them forward. Pull them back. So that's where we find the nice heat between the shoulder blades and below the shoulder blades, never above. So if this right shoulder right here is like on fire and working too hard, try to let go of the reach a little bit, reaching up I mean, and pull the arm back. Yes, I need my abs and obliques here so that my rib cage doesn't shift forward when I pull the arms back. The sternum stays right here. And reach back. 3 more. And forward. And 2. I know I'm going slowly, but I'm being careful and deliberate so I really get balance of tone and relax. Good. Now with that high shoulder and arm, take it back behind you. Reach, do you see it? Peekaboo on the other side of my waist. Hold on to that wrist for a moment. Slide it across, and that's going to just reopen what was just shortened by that work, that elevated arm. Extended shoulder. Breathe. Uh-oh. The yawns are going to start. I got to be careful. Try not to yawn. And breathe. Sitting up tall. All right, we're going to do the very same exercise. This high-low, working with upper mid-back. So the left arm is high, the right arm is low. Start well in front of your shoulders so you've got some range to work with. And as you pull the backs of the hands back, there's that engagement. Find the rhomboids. They sit right between the shoulder blades. There's a superior set or a minor set, and then there's a bigger set right below them. Just kind of 2 layers. And so right below those guys, you've got the mid-traps, right at the base of the shoulder blades. Good. Stay tall, stay long through your spine. Hips are still balanced on your chair. We've got 3 more here. We've got that nice diagonal line cutting through the body. 2. Ribs stay put. And 1. And relax. Good. Take your left arm behind you to the opposite waist and then hold on to that with the right hand. And just rest there. Let the arms be heavy. Don't have to pull really. It's the gravity and just the stability of holding the arm there is what's going to give you that stretch and that release. Breathing deeply. If you feel like you want a little more intensive stretch, it shouldn't be painful, but you can certainly don't yawn. You can certainly pull that arm across and behind you. 3 and 4 o'clock is always like my wall, right? It's either time for a nap or time for a snack, and I'd rather not do either one, but here I am. I'm going to resist it. I'm going to resist. And breathe. Maybe that's all I need is more breathing. All right. There we go. Roll those shoulders around. Let's get back to work on those legs. We're going to do our suitcase carry, this time with a squat. We did the squat with the arms heavy, but now we're going to lift those elbows. So, carefully, using your legs, pick up your weight, and then we're going to get ready to squat. So remember the suitcase carry. We start with long arms. Let's go ahead and squat back over the chair, and when you stand up, pick up your suitcases and lower. And breathe. So I'm looking down just to check the alignment. But for the duration of your squat set, keep that chest proud. Keep your eyes out in front. There's a good pop. 3 more. Here's 3. Now remember, your squat could be modified. Your suitcase carry could be modified. Right there, I just shortened everything. No big deal. 1 more time. Hips back and suitcases up. Very nice. Let's go ahead and put one weight down on the chair. We're gonna do a little bit of a clean. So you can do this with a can of food. You could do this with your tote bag even. What we're gonna do is step a little bit wider. Okay, so I want you to practice this. Let's practice it without the weight first. Okay, initially, if you've never done this before, I do encourage you to use that thigh to support yourself. You're coming down into a squat, just right between the knees. And then with the legs, the power of the legs, it's an explosive motion up, and the weight ends up at your shoulder. That's it. How did it get there? It got there through the momentum being built up by the legs and the hips coming up and forward. So watch my hips when I do this. It's a squat back and the hips move up and forward. Okay, they move right in under me. So let's try that 2 more times. Bend, snatch. Well, it's a clean. The snatch goes overhead. Okay, let's pick up your weight. Right between the knees and lift. Good. Now, usually when I do my snatch or my clean, sometimes my heels come off the floor. That's okay. When you start to feel comfortable with this, you're feeling like you're level across the shoulders, then let go of the leg. You can keep it out here. You can put it on your low back. Whatever it is, try not to push off that thigh now. So it's down, put it up, down, clean it up. You see there's a little bit of rotation going on with my arm. Watch when I go down, you can see my knuckles. When I come up, I've turned them around. Okay, 2 more. Every time, pull those hips up and forward. Okay, let's put the weight down right in the center. Let's rehearse with the other arm. That's the left arm. Hold on to the thigh, reach between the knees. Hips go up and forward, lower down. Hips up and forward. Down. Okay, try it with some weight. Wish I had, well, I can try it with my water bottle. That way I can show you how it's done with something other than that silly little kettlebell. So it's here and it's here. That's it. Don't even think of lifting the weight with the arm. Let the momentum that you're building from the floor up be the force that drives the weight up. Okay? Now, this is what I meant when I said a little bit of resistance can give you relativity and perspective. Okay, if I've got nothing additional to push up away from the floor other than my body weight, I'm not going to feel as effective with this particular explosive energy. 2 more. Hips up and through. Now, up and through doesn't mean arch your back, right? Up and through just means to neutral. I'll try it a couple more times so you can see. Up to neutral. There it is. Good. So some nice, powerful presses from the floor. Really good job. Grab a drink of water. Walk around for a minute. Catch your breath if those happen to make you a little breathy. Okay. We're going to hold on to our water bottle now and do a little bit of shoulder mobility, okay, with our halos. We're going to do it a couple different ways today. So, listen carefully. My feet are about shoulder width apart. Here's my my water bottle. I like to use something a little bit longer. It's a little more forgiving on the shoulders. However, I have done this with hands clasped. So if you're going to do it with hands clasped, not holding on to anything, just go ahead and circle a halo over your head. There. Sorry about that, phone call coming in. Like I was saying, if you've got tight shoulders, you need a little bit of mercy, something longer or a broader arm position is a little more forgiving. And then draw that halo around your head. Now I'm working pretty hard here around my waist and hips to keep my ribs still, to keep my hips still. Now what I'm going to do is let that go. Keep the hips and legs stable and just let the rib cage go along for the ride. There's your halo. That adds a lot of work, yes, and then stop in the middle. Good, rest your shoulders for a moment. We're going to take that initial halo, the stable halo, in the other direction. Okay, ribs stay put, hips stay put, and stay with me right there. Now begin to add your ribs. Take it around. Only go as far as your spine can support you, and your spine is only as supported as your abs and core are strong. So keep that moving. Keep it moving. One more. Okay, there's your shoulder mobility. Wow, that creates some heat. If you've got a bum shoulder and it doesn't like that, I would encourage you to stick with a static stretch and then move to a simple arm swing. That's a pendulum, so that's heavy. Okay, you could also try a pendulum with a little bit of weight. That really feels effective. Just make sure you're not hitting anything like your knees. And you got good support of your spine coming from right here. There we go. Okay, and if you needed to do the other side while we were doing halos, it was to draw across. This is pretty brief. This is abbreviated because we did halos. And if you weren't able to do halos, this is what you could do. Cross and then pick up your weight. And either with a weight or not, swing that arm like a pendulum. You signed the waiver, right? I can't have you swinging into things in your home or animals or your own knees. Don't do it. Just be careful and slow and deliberate. Watch that pendulum without hypnotizing yourself. 3, nice and heavy through here, just hanging off the shoulder. I love this. And 1. Okay, carefully put that weight down. And we're going to stand on a tightrope. All right, so this is the part where you would want to hold on to the back of your chair, okay? I'm going to take a chance today and not use a chair. You could also use a broom handle or something that is long and stable next to you. But I'm going to put the right foot in front of the left. Okay, now if that feels too risky, offset your feet a bit, but continue to have one foot behind the other. Okay, see how I've offset them? They're hip distance apart. Or you can stand on your tightrope, toes to heel. This is my pretend chair back that I'm holding on to. Now, what is calling me right now? Most people know that I have a class at 3 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but they all seem to forget. All right, so what I want you to observe is the weight distribution on your feet. I'd love it for it to be 50-50. And then at the same time, I'd love you to be able to straighten both legs without locking the knees, okay? Here we are, nice and solid. So by straightening the legs, 50-50, now what I want you to do is find your thighs, wrap them back and around under your bum, okay? And that should engage upper inner thighs, right? So we've got the thighs squeezing together, gently, subtly, but there's that energy, and you're feeling your glutes now also. Reach the arms out long if that's more effective for you to balance with. And if so, try maybe closing your eyes. Ooh, now we really find the truth, right? How well can we feel that balance in our body without our vision? That's hard to do, isn't it? So keep pulling those upper inner thighs together and up. Find your waistline. I know my problem. I gotta relax my shoulders. There we go. Much better. And then I'm also gonna relax my feet. Okay, suddenly I can balance. Well, almost. Open your eyes again. We're still on the tightrope. We're gonna reach the arms out and make little circles. 3, whoa, 2, I keep correcting to the right. And 1, reverse, there's 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, float them down. All right, get off that tightrope for a moment and let's put the left foot in front of the right. All right, so here we are, same ideas. One side, by and large, is going to be easier and or more challenging than the other side. So, in a perfect world, and we got nothing but time now, right? We are going to work on perfecting our balance on both lead legs. But right now we're 50-50. Weight distribution, knees are straight but not locked. Let's reach the arms out. Soften the shoulders and the chest, and then close your eyes. Try to find your balance here. Feeling the floor. Open your feet. Relax your shoulders. I haven't fallen yet. Obviously, I have not been practicing my tightrope. There we go. Stay with me. You're gonna wobble. Keep a hold of that chair if it's there. All right, and then open your eyes. Little circles. 8, 7, 6, 5. Straight legs. 2 and reverse. There's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, step apart. There we go. Let's stretch those hamstrings here. Place your hands up on the high thigh. You're going to take a nice deep breath. Keep your elbows close to your sides as we go forward. Bending the knees. Slide down towards your knees and stop there. Okay, so we've got a neutral spine. Want to make sure that when you went down, this wasn't happening to your back. All that was happening was nothing. You're hinging, hinging, hinging. The hips have gone back to displace my weight, and my knees are slightly bent. There's a hamstring stretch. Y'all got it? Okay, take a deep breath. When you exhale, let's round the spine down, reaching for the floor. Top of the head is heavy. Take a deep breath. And now we'll slowly rise up. Weight in the feet. Gather up through your abdominal wall. And restack your body. Take a deep breath. Slide the hands down. Take a deep breath again. Exhale, nod the head and round down to the floor. Only go as far as it's healthy for you. Take a deep breath. Gather up your abdominals before we commit to standing. And here we go. When we commit to gathering up our abdominals, it takes all the strain and pressure and work off of the back. We're going to try that one more time. Sliding forward. Our abdominals are still gathered up and in. Then we're going to exhale, nod, reach the hands out in front of the toes. Take a deep breath. Gather up your abs. Press into the feet. Slowly rise, 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 and rise. And shoulders down, chest proud. Ha! You're all done. Thank you so much for joining me today. We didn't sit much. We sat a little bit, but always know that you've got that option in Senior Fit to sit and work with me. All right, I hope you have a great weekend. It's going to rain, I hear. I'm so glad you were here with me today. Look at this awesome, beautiful list of people here. I really thank you. That is so cool. All right, so send me any comments or requests over time. If you've got some, I'd love to hear from you. All right, thanks guys. Take care.